you need this to do that.
Well, you can do it.
Oh, I don't. Hi, guys. Hi, Thelma and Irene and Glenn. It's good to see you guys this morning. Bryce and I are here getting organized, putting the desk back in our normal way. Margie has her way, we have our way. We have to put all the cords in the right places. Oh, this morning we are going to do the Hunkydory Box Kit, Volume 21. This is fairly new in. We just looked at it in What's New Wednesday recently. It's a really, really good one, though. Really good one. I'll show you the back here. You go ahead and come down to my hands and zero in on the back. There we go. This is an amazing value because you get so much stuff in it. You get the magazine, of course. You get 2 card collections. We get the Sunshine, Meadow, and the Beautiful Blue. We get stamps. We get dies. We get an embossing folder, an A6 embossing folder, and just beautiful, really good. A few sample cards there on the back for you. Let's go ahead and go down to these and we'll take a look at all those components. Hi, Catherine. Good to see you.
Sharma?
Hi, Sharma. Okay. We have, oh, these are pretty. I like these sentiment stamps. Aren't they pretty? Sometimes I just think the scripts that they come up with are beautiful. I kind of like it when they do the ordinary alphabet above and then the script below. I think that's very pretty. And we got those 3 blossoms. And we've got these 3 dies. Butterfly and 2 blossoms. Get this a little bit later. Here's this pretty embossing folder. This will be fun. Maybe we should emboss this, honey. And maybe we should try embossing this on some Mary. And that'd be pretty. It's always pretty to do that Mary board. There's our folder. And of course, you got the emboss side where it pushes the pattern forward. You get that if you use the colored side of the folder. And you can also deboss, especially on Mary board where it makes a difference which side's up. You can deboss the Mary, which is pushing the pattern down into the embossing folder. I put lots of tape on this. It's going to stick to everything in my machine. How do they do these things? So I think we should do that. Let's put them, if you want to come and get it, set the embossing up, and let's just do a gold one since that's what I have here. This is a piece of cardstock I had left over from another project. The directions for embossing, what the order of the plates is on the top of the machine on a sticky. See it there? Okay. Let's take a look at our toppers. Bryce is almost well now, and I never did get really bad. I'm still tired, but we spent our time at the beach resting. We slept a lot, we napped a lot, we listened to the ocean a lot, and we didn't do an awful lot of other things, although we did go out and explore the area a little bit more than we had before. I went to a beautiful lighthouse and saw some wonderful scenery, but we didn't get out and walk a lot this time. We just kind of rode around in the car and enjoyed the sights. Okay, so this kit has our insert paper in it. So we got 4 beautiful inserts here. and those blue tones. We've got 2 topper sheets. Hi, Elsie. Good to see you, friend. Look at those. Aren't they beautiful? Love this. This is gorgeous, too. Isn't that pretty? I'm wondering if this might want to go on my mini DLs. We'll have to check that out. See if that's a fit. Let's see. Look at that. Oh, it might be a bit much. We might have to go to a bigger card. But it looks like it would fit. I'll get one of those out just in case. We've got some double-sided papers here. That isn't that pretty? Beautiful, beautiful. Our cardstocks. There's a DL card waiting to happen, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Beautiful butterfly corner. My foiled sides. Oh, so pretty.
To do it.
It didn't do it?
I can't figure out your plates. They're all
okay.
scrambled.
Here. You need a big plate. You need the embossing under that. I'll try that. Okay, I got my squared away there. Okay, those are just beautiful though. Look at that rich purple. Gotta love that, especially if you're me. Okay, set these aside and look at our others, just so we see what's there. Thank you, honey. It didn't emboss very deep. Now we got the plate set up. Let's do it again and try running it back. In fact, let's put a piece of trim paper in it, which just can be any piece of paper from over there. Just, yeah, let's do this. Let's run that through again. Run it 2 times. Run it forward and then run it backward, or run it through 2 times. And let's add a piece of cardstock to it. Okay, so here's the rest of our card kit. Beautiful. Wow, those are pretty. Beautiful. These are such gorgeous, springy tones. Love this. Butterflies, the yellow flowers. Oh, look at that. Isn't that neat? Look at the burlap on the back. I love that. Here's our insert papers. Got one in the burlap bag with the butterflies. 2 more pieces. These are really rich kits. And you compare this especially to the craft pads, you basically get the same thing in this, just about, that you get in a craft pad. And it's a whole lot less. Each one is like a half a craft pad. So, just beautiful. Love these. Okay, I'm going to start on the purple. There's a big surprise of the day, isn't it?
Didn't get much of a...
Oh, it's better though. It was really faint down here last time, but this time it's nice. There's that embossing folder done. Isn't that pretty? Another thing that would be fun to do with this one. Another thing that would be fun to do with this one would be to use white cardstock and then ink up the inside of the embossing folder so that it presses that color down into the pattern. That would be pretty. We may or may not do that. Let's see. Let's start with the deciding what we want to work on. I want that DL card. That one right there. That just looks to me like it needs to happen. This is 5x7. That is a deal. There we go. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. That has definitely got to go on there like that. So let's set the rest of these aside for now. I am going to cover my card in some gold board. Which I have a piece here I can use. I'm trying to blind you guys with the glare off the mirror. Bryce took the most interesting picture. Maybe you have your phone out here? Bryce took the most interesting picture at the beach yesterday. He was looking out the front window of our hotel room, and there was a double rainbow over the ocean. And he's going to pull it up here so you can see it. Here he comes. And you see the two sides of the rainbow? You see the little reflected rainbow in the back? You have the big bright one in the front and then another one in the back. That's right out the window of our hotel room. Isn't that beautiful? So that was fun. You don't see that very often. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Went to the same place we usually go, but we, like I said, we did explore the area a little bit. We found some wonderful scenic areas we had not visited in a very, very long time, and that was fun to roam around in those back areas and see what we were missing. Interesting. DL card's usually 4 inches even. This was 3 7/8. You just never know. You always have to measure to see what you're going to get. It's definitely 3 7/8. I don't like the way that cut though. I think I have to trim just a little bit more off. It just looked a little ruffly along my mirror board. I didn't like that look. I'm trimming just another little edge off now. It looks beautiful. Okay. And why am I putting that away? I don't know. This time, I'm going to go to 3 5/8. Maybe just a tad under. Since I've trimmed that card a couple times now. Let's see how this looks. That's looking beautiful. I do want to trim a little off the length too. It's like, where do you trim it off of? Both sides are beautiful. About a 1/4 of an inch off to start with. There we go. That's pretty. Just that extra little bit of gold around the edge really makes a difference. And I did notice that on our push-out sheet for these, I believe there was a beautiful border. I might have to retrieve that. Actually, we've got 2 beautiful borders on here. I'm wondering about putting a border, a foil border down this edge where we've got this brown strip. I think it would be prettier to have a foil border there. I'm going to clip those borders out. And we'll save this piece with this. You know what? This is silver foiled. Huh. And I put gold down. Oh well. Won't matter. Sometimes it looks really pretty to have silver and gold together. It just surprised me. It was the foil and gold on the yellow one, probably. Yeah, I did see the gold. It was on the yellow. But this one was foiled in silver. It's still going to look beautiful. If I really thought it was going to bug me, I'd make a new one with silver and use this gold for something else, but I don't think it's going to be bad. So. This is going to be pretty on here. I want to retain that lacy edge. I think that's beautiful. We left on Tuesday, and Ted was just beside himself that we had gone away and left him. Jordan said he cried all afternoon on Tuesday. She was trying to play with him. He'd go get his ball and bring it back and cry. He just was not at all happy that his mom and dad took off and left him here. It's fun to take him to the beach. I like to do that, but this hotel we stay at allows dogs. But Grandpa does better when Ted's here. I'm going to trim this just a little bit more. Just a little more. There we go. Now I got a nice even border all the way around it. We'll put some finger lift tape on it so I can make my tape flags. Okay, I think we have a little breathing there. About done. Any happy returns? Thinking of you. And it was kind of, it is sort of a thinking of you card. Or I could use one of our stamps. Where's those stamps? The stamps would be pretty, about the right size. Oh, I like that you're in my thoughts. I think that's got to be the one. I need a stamping board from over. Oh, you got the dog. Well, let me see if I have one over here. What did I do? What? Well, big tool for a little job. Look at my this. I have a stamp board out here in the form of this one. So I guess that'll do. Just need a little scrap of paper here. Okay. Delete. Covered ink. Using a stamp for the first time, so sometimes we have to stamp it twice. It just isn't primed to take the ink, although this is beautiful. I don't think we need to stamp that twice. Big old platform. A big old platform away. Okay, I have a little extra Mary here. I'm going to go ahead and publish her in my thoughts. It looks like I could straighten up my stamping just a bit.
If you put the card and envelope sizes on the website yet.
Oh, I have not done that yet, Catherine. But I will. Sometimes it takes me a while to get to those, but I will do that. I actually have that all written up somewhere. I just have to remember what I did with it. I use a little extra piece of my mirror board here off the edge because I might just as well use it, huh? Anything that's not actually going to get used. So we'll make use of those pretty stamps since we've got them right here, huh? I'm actually going to cover up that butterfly. It's just a terrible thing to do. But I think I want that right there. And some sticky squares. Regulars. I noticed that some of those decoupage sold out already, which was amazing. But I know sometimes that happens. And these are my squares that don't always have a lot of stick to them. I'll put down a little glue to hold my square in place. Still gives me the dimension I want. As we know they have sticky problems, we'll go ahead and put a little glue on the top too. Make sure we hold that right where we want it. I like the way that works out. Putting that there. I'll show you what I mean by what works out. I like the way this works out to center right between the two sides and then have that beautiful border on there. Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But I don't think they're all sold out. I just noticed that one of them was sold out already. Okay, and what do we have in these inserts that we might want to use? There's the same image. Let's use that. There we go. Cut off the extra of the insert. There we go. Number 1. Just stick my hand in the ink pen. There's nothing unusual about that, by the way. This is one of the things I do left to my own devices. I put my hands in the ink pad, the stickles when it's drying, just about anywhere. It's just white paper this time, so I'll pitch the end of that. All right. Let's see what we want to do next. This beautiful corner, which will be fun. I think that actually wants to be like a 5 by 5 here. See what we've got to go on top of it. Wishing you peace to bring comfort, courage, and to face the days ahead. Loving memories to cherish forever. That's beautiful. Let's see how that fits in. Doesn't quite go like I want it to go. Let's see what it works out like over here. Oh, I like that together. That's very pretty. Let's see what else we have that goes on here. Love this butterfly too. That's pretty. Okay. I do think that's very pretty. Simple. I might just have to go with that because that is really pretty. I'll keep this one for next. Let's see. Somewhere here I have a packet of butterfly embellishments left over from my butterfly class. That was in this shelf. I don't see it here. I think, oh, there are a few here. Let's see what I have here. This is the rouge ones. He always needs a sale to make him feel better. I like that. I think I might put a butterfly on here too, just for fun. because why not? I have them. All right, I think this will be a nice size for this. I'm going to go ahead and cover my card directly with this. Oh, here's about one other thing. I don't really like it on the gold. I don't think. I think I would like it if I'd done it in blue. Okay. Thinking about lots of things at one time here. I don't see Mary R today. A nice big Mayday sale. Well, Heartfelt Creations is officially done with their printed products. I understand they're going to do something digital on their website. Try that and see if that'll catch on. But they're all done with their actual products. We just got our last order from Heartfelt Creations. Brittany was just putting it in the computer. So I'm not sure if she finished it yet. I believe she did. But what you see is pretty much what there's ever going to be in Heartfelt. We still have, because I stocked up so much on Heartfelt, we still have a beautiful selection of Heartfelt Creations. But if you're wanting some, don't wait too long because it's selling like hotcakes now. This is just a really terrible sheet of a different sheet of sticky. Oh, it's just awful. I don't want to be sitting here gluing every one. Don't mind doing it a little bit. That was ridiculous. She may wander in here in a little while. Hope so. This is an absolutely gorgeous set, guys. Really love this. This is kind of fun. It's a slightly different color butterfly, but I actually kind of like to do that. I'm going to put this butterfly with a little bit of brown on him onto this card. Because why not? I have it. This is not out of the set. This is, although I do think there was a die for a butterfly. Yeah, there's a butterfly die if you wanted to use it similarly. I'm going to, I bent the vellum paper on both sides of the thorax, butterfly's body, and now I'm just kind of twisting the wings around my finger just a little bit. Give that dimensional look to my butterfly. I'm going to put him down here. And then this will have a lot of dimension in this card. Everybody get by this weather this week okay? There was some nasty stuff going on in the east. Anybody have any damages or anything from that? There we go. I like that. Isn't it pretty? Just an extra little bit of something on there. Let's go ahead and insert this one since we have it. I'm going to use this insert. I want this corner, but I don't want to be real fancy about cutting it out. So I'm going to turn my insert upside down so I can fit the pattern into my corner. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess. This doesn't need to be an all-age up to insert this. And these insert papers are mostly white, so I'm probably not going to save that. Although I might have to start saving those paper scraps soon, because one of these days I want to make some handmade paper. Oh, you're under a severe storm watch right now, Glenn? Eek. Yeah, I haven't seen a net either. My roll of tape has some glue stuck to the bottom of it. We've obviously set it down in a pool of glue, but it's not going to peel until I take that glue off the bottom. Okay, I'm going to put down one piece of tape on the inside. Huh, the texture of an egg box. That's interesting. One of these, like these pieces of insert paper and stuff that I don't particularly love because it's just white paper. That would be great for saving and putting in my mulch for my handmade paper. But it was beautiful, Catherine. That texture in that paper would be fabulous. There's number 2, guys. All right. I have that nice saying. Oh, it's up here. I was wondering about putting that over here. I do like this sympathy card topper. What if I did it? It's going to be the same no matter which direction I go. Duh. Okay. Also very much like that. Especially, excuse me, especially if I could use a piece of this purple behind it. I think we should do that. So I'm going to cut this topper in half. And if I come into 4, and get the full pattern on the other side. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to do 5 5/8. Trim that up just a little bit. One little stray flower there that looked weird. So let's get a European A6 card here. That's not what I want. This actually is an A2. I think this would be fine. Yeah, I like that. I trim this down a little bit so I have a white border outside that rich violet color. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'll take this to 4 by 5 1/4. Love that. Isn't that pretty? Purple against there. Then I'm going to get a piece of this beautiful double-sided paper. I'm going to do this 3.75 by 5. And if my quick calculation is correct there, then we should have some beautiful daisies. Yeah, beautiful daisies on the purple background with the white trim. That's pretty. We can put the saying on here and it'll look great. And I'm wondering if I want a bow. Let's see. I don't know if I want purple or if I want blue. I'll hold those up for a minute. Try it. That's not coming off a roll. I thought, man, that is one long piece of purple ribbon. It's because I was unwinding it. I think Thelma's an alchemist too. Such brilliant ideas wandering around in that brain of hers. I have some beautiful handmade papers. Should get out one of these days, but I like to make it too. If you haven't made it, it's great fun. All right, let's go ahead and put these down. Let's tape on this cardstock. Okay, go check on Dad.
I think it's yelling at me the battery's low.
Oh, okay. I use tape on this lighter weight one because I don't want the bulk of having glue under it. Oh, they're making carpets and everything out of recycled plastic now, Glenn. It's beautiful. I would buy it. I would be just delighted to be using something that's improving the environment. And it's soft and beautiful. Fibers are gorgeous. This is really turning out pretty, guys. A couple little dots and things here. This is pretty. And then these might be nice, just for an added element. There's so much plastic that's been dumped in the ocean. It's just washing up on beaches everywhere. You know that can't be good. Thelma, you're funny. Yeah, you were in here when I said a minute ago she's got so many brilliant ideas wandering around in her head. That's what she said. I didn't think you'd like all of my ideas. Some are good. Some might be a little naughty. I'm a good girl. I like this. I really like this sentiment. It's so soft and pretty, and it's just a really nice feel with the card we're creating here. I had one little piece of tape left over. I might come across here. Yeah, I think I like that. I think we might come across on the diagonal. I only have a little tiny piece of my border left, but I might as well use it. My detail scissors here. I'll come in, cut that. Right along my edge there. I like the way that looks. That's a little rough. Let's come in again. Trim that off. Oh, I'm having a hard time trimming it. Come on, Deborah. You can do this. There, I like that. And then I'm going to put this little flower there just for another element of interest. I like that very much. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and insert this one because why not? I kind of think you're the best, Catherine. So, again, these would be great scraps for making paper. These ones that have the wax paper feel to them, not so much, not a good one. But, okay, my tape out here. Here's our sympathy card. Isn't that beautiful? Again, it says, wishing you peace to bring comfort and courage to face the days ahead, loving memories to cherish forever. It's just a soft, pretty. I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I still have this piece of card and this piece of card. And I have these two beautiful topper pieces here. Loving this one. Love these background papers too. Quite happy with this kit. Let's see. This would be nice as one of those that splits and goes the other way. I think we might have to do that. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Okay. I think that'd just be really pretty as a DL too, wouldn't it? Just gorgeous with those borders, but I think we'll go with, ooh, that's an idea. What if we go with one of these? Let's see if it's big enough to handle the sideways piece. These box kits really are just a great value with the inserts and everything already in them. Oh, gorgeous. But that looks pretty. I think this might want a longer sentiment with it too. To take that off really carefully because it's very thin. I still love these glitter cards, guys. I keep using them because they're beautiful. We still have a nice selection of them. Wow. And I'll take this longer sentiment, which won't fit some of our smaller cards. Put it here. I'm going to slide everything up just a little. Okay, I'm liking that. That's what I want. Right there is what I want. Should probably have these things out from under me so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I was going to put a bow on that card a minute ago and I didn't. I don't think I want one now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and I'm going to come down just about 1/8 of an inch from the top of my card. And I'm going to glue this flat. For any of you who may be out there lurking and watching, I invite you to come in and talk to us. If you don't want to, that's okay too. I just appreciate that you're out there. Don't forget, if you're enjoying this, to hit that thumbs up button, please. It makes me feel good, and it lets YouTube know that this is a channel they can and should recommend because people like it. So I'd appreciate if you do that for me if you're watching. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button while you're at it because you don't want to miss a single thing we're up to. We're up to good stuff all the time. Margie was cute. I came in last night and she said, I took the liberty of putting some things on sale while you were gone to match the kit that I did. I said, good. He said, you're not mad at me? I said, no, you're doing exactly what I asked you to do. That is to take responsibility, and you know what's an appropriate deal and what's not, so why not? He said, good. Just made me nervous because I don't usually do that. I said, but you can do that. So you got Margie looking out for you here.
Glenn says you didn't faint.
No, I don't faint about that kind of stuff. I think that in order to have happy people, you need to have people who are empowered to make decisions. And I believe most of the time,
it was so funny with the sale.
most of the time, they make good decisions. Every once in a while, you might make a different decision than they made. But you got to remember to be supportive of them for having the courage to try. I heard that yesterday's class was fabulous, and I read your comments last night. I haven't seen the video yet. Tell me what was the most outstanding about the class? What is it that you guys liked? This is a get well wishes just for you sentiment I'm putting on here. And we'll pop this centerpiece up on some foam squares. Well, Margie's going to be doing some of those. She kind of got off camera for a little bit there, but she'll be back. Yes, absolutely. As I've said, since I'm doing classes every day from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't mind sharing the wealth. Margie used to hate going on camera, but I think she's getting over that a little. Okay, I gotta say it. That's gorgeous. Isn't that pretty?
Very pretty with the sparkly card.
That's beautiful. And one more insert. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in here because that's what I have. Then we'll have to not insert a few because I don't have that many inserts. But they use what they gave us. The evergreen trees, every year this time, I tell you that I am very, very sensitive about evergreen pollen. And I have a house that has, 40 trees around it? We probably have 40 trees. Almost all of them evergreen trees. Completely surrounding our house. I love my trees. They're not going anywhere. But it does make me very gravelly for a couple weeks every spring when the evergreen trees decide to pollinate. There's so much pollen in our air right now that our cars look yellow and our deck looks yellow. Here's the remaining sentiment I had, which wasn't exactly like the card, but it's because the tones match perfectly. It works. That's gorgeous. Okay, that's 4. Wow, that was fun. All right, well, let's see. I'm going to keep working on these purple ones here because they just make my heart happy. I have this big one here that I like the looks of. No. Please do, Deb. What did I say? Please do. Keep working on the purple. Got it. And then, what did I say she's agreeing with? It's the purple.
Yep, more purple.
Well, maybe we'll do the yellow ones in a separate group because there's no way I can do all of them on a Saturday, but maybe we'll do some of the yellow ones separately. I'll put it here in my class ideas for the future pile. Black cat for sale, sheep, or pink paper roses with black hair. I take it Naughty Kitty's helping you out. I think I told you we're pretty sure we were going to lose our Tazzy before long, and we had to make that terrible decision earlier this week. We adored that kitty, but we didn't want her to suffer, and she was getting to a point where we could tell she was uncomfortable. You know, I have gone from having 5 cats just a few years ago to 0 cats today. I have no cats.
You have a dog and a goat.
I have a dog and a goat, but I have no kitties in my household. It made me very sad, but it is what life is all about with pets. Well, the goat is very fun. He's an old man goat now, but he is. He's a character. Bryce was out there trying to fill up his hay bag, and he was pushing his way in, trying to get the horse cookie that Bryce had in his pocket. Milo knew there was a cookie there for him somewhere, and Bryce kept trying to push him back out of the way, and Milo was hearing nothing of it till he had his cookie. It's weird. We've always been cat people. When Bryce and I got married, we each had a cat. We've always been cat people. And Tazzy's the one I told you about that Brittany brought to us at Dairy Queen when the girls were little. She was house sitting for her grandparents and found this little kitten in the middle of the road. She went to all the neighbors and nobody claimed this little kitten, and she felt like it was the responsible thing to do would be to take the kitten to the Humane Society, since she was at someone else's house and it wasn't really her decision as to whether to have a cat there. So she called her mom, and her mom, my sister Gail, was consoling her over this difficult decision she had to make. And they were just chatting, and Brittany said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm sitting here at Dairy Queen with Aunt Debbie and the girls." Brittany said, "Aunt Debbie's in town? I'll be right over." So we called Bryce. We saw the little kitten, and she was adorable. And she just needed to be loved. You know, she was dehydrated and hungry and pest ridden, and she needed some serious love. Look at that. That's beautiful on that white. I don't know if you can pick up all the iridescence on the camera, but that's beautiful on the white. So I told the girls wanted to keep her. I said, that's not only our decision. We have to involve Dad in this decision. So we called Dad, and Dad said, Deborah, I don't want another cat. We had too many cats. He said, we have too many cats. I don't want another cat. I don't want to have to change the litter box. I don't want to have to feed it. I don't want to have to do anything with it. I just don't think we need another cat. And he said, but I kept talking and saying, but she's so sweet, honey, and she needs to be loved. And, how can we possibly walk away from her? He said, well, walking away from her is exactly what I think you should do. But I'm going to leave that to your, what did you say? My best judgment. That's what you said, my best judgment. I'll leave that to your best judgment. So before we left Dairy Queen, I sent him a photo that said, we'll be home soon. Me, the girls, the kitten, all in the picture. He said, okay, that's the last time I refer to your best judgment. We have now ascertained you have none of that. Good to know. And we had her for 16 years. She was beautiful. We knew we were going to lose her soon because the vet told us she was an end-stage kidney failure the last time we took her in for a checkup. So we knew we were going to lose her soon. We just didn't want to. When we first picked her up, literally, she was just like a little rag doll. She was so hungry, and she was so dehydrated, and she was so ill-kept that she just was like a little rag doll, so we called her Precious. We took that cat home, started feeding her, gave her water, got rid of all the parasites, and she just showed us her true colors. And her veterinary record to this day reads Precious Taz. Her name was Precious when we first took her in, and then we changed her to Taz, so she was Precious Taz.
That's Taz after a Tasmanian devil.
About a week after we got her, we went on vacation, and I had a friend here house sitting, and she said, this little cat is a monster. I said, what? She said, she's a monster. She said, I've chased her. We used to have a chandelier over our dining room table. And she said, I've chased her off the table so many times, I can't believe it. And she said, and she said, oh my gosh, there she goes again. She had jumped up on the table, climbed up the back of the chair. This was a week after she was Precious. Climbed up the back of the chair, jumped onto the curtains, climbed up the curtains, went across the traverse rod, and onto my teacup rack. And Mary said, do you want me to save the cat or the teacups? She was a menace. And then that was pretty much how she was the rest of her life. She was not going to be told by people, inferior creatures that we are, that she could or couldn't do anything. She was going to do what she wanted, and we were going to comply, or else. And Brittany saved that little kitten's life. I've told you before, Brittany works for the Humane Society here in town. So Brittany would come in to work after she worked at the Humane Society, and she'd smell like kittens because she worked in the kitten area. And Tazzy would stalk her through the house and swat at her. Brittany saves her life, and then Tazzy acts like a menace. Go figure. So that's why I've always loved Thelma's naughty kitty stories, because naughty kitties are a pain. They really are. Taz has stripped all of the, what do you call that, that decorative tape that's around the edges of the windows on your doors. She's just shredded and
Weather seal.
Weather seal? Okay. She has stripped that off of a couple of our doors entirely. In fact, I asked the contractor if he could fix it for me. You know, Dawn, that will be here forever. And I asked if he could fix it. He said, yeah, what are you going to do about the cat? I said, nothing. He said, then I just have to fix it again. And it's not fixed out there. He said, let me do something with the cat and then I'll take care of it. Don't you touch my cat. Don't even think about it.
Did Taz get in the Christmas tree? Thelma asks.
Not too much. That was never really Taz's forte. We had a different cat named Lucky, who was our Christmas tree cat. And Fergus, he just liked to hang out under the tree. But the whole time that the tree skirt was down there, he was snuggled under the tree with the lights over him, and he was happy. But Lucky, we had a spiral Christmas tree then. I don't know if you've ever seen one like that. It was actually really neat. But we had a spiral tree, and he could literally run up the branches in the middle of the tree. Just starting at the bottom and then just run up. It's a long time ago now, because the tree where that was the most funny was the year that Lauren was, I think, 2. And I knew that with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old in the house, they were going to redecorate the house continually for Christmas. So we just decorated the whole Christmas tree. We had the lights and stuff on it, but then we took all their Beanie Babies and stuff out of their toy boxes and put as the decorations on the tree, because then we wouldn't have to be getting after the kids, and they could move things around on the tree and it was all fine. But we had Tweety and Sylvester and everybody you could think of on our Christmas tree. And Lucky ran clear to the top of that tree. I have to find that picture. I still have it somewhere. Lucky ran clear to the top of the Christmas tree and stuck his head out right next to a Tweety. And he was a black and white tuxedo cat. The cutest thing you've ever seen. His face sticking out between all those stuffed animals. He was my Christmas tree cat. For as cute as he was, Lucky was a total coward and not at all tough. And Taz was only like a 12 or 13 pound cat. That might sound like a lot, but our cats tend to get big. And he just dwarfed her. But Lucky kept getting beat up by the neighbor cat. One day we looked out the kitchen window just in time to see Lucky and Taz headed down the street. And Taz just all puffed up like she was just going to show him how to take out those cats. I swear that's what was going to happen. There was going to be a war, and Taz was going to show Lucky how to beat those cats down when they... And she was the little one. Little bit tough. She was all puffed up and ready to go, though. You come on, I'll show you. And they're walking side by side down the street towards that place with the ornery cat. I should have cut these foam squares when I put them on there. I looked at this and thought, boy, that's really going to be close. I probably should cut those foam squares in half, and I didn't do it And now I'm sitting here trimming all the insides because the foam squares show. Moral of the story, when you think you should trim it, you probably should. My little Tazzy cat. As she got older, and as we got more coyotes in the area, we tried to convince Taz she was going to be an indoor-only cat. That was a constant and ongoing challenge. That was not what she wanted. Trying to decide where I want this frame to go because I was looking at maybe putting a tag on here. I go a little bit lower than center. Remember this trick we talked about? Instead of trying to glue on here and then stick it inside, you see me mopping and mopping glue. But I had to glue on the back of those strips. What I like to do now is actually just take my glue bottle and run it around the inside and then stick my frame down into it. And then you don't have as much glue mop up to do. Unless you get it on your finger and touch your mirror board like I just did, in which case you have to mop up anyway. But the theory there is still sound. Don't get the glue on the mirror board to start with. It's really worth cleaning off that mirror board when you get glue on your mirror because it really is distracting. This little white strip I put across here, I cut my 5x7 card to 5x5 for that last card. So I'm taking a 2-inch strip and just putting it across the back of my card. You can do the same thing with 2-inch ribbon. It looks beautiful. 2-inch ribbon's too big to tie a bow out of course, but you sure can make some beautiful bands out of 2-inch ribbon. Okay, put that in. I'm going to go ahead. I put my outer ring up on foam squares. I glued my center ring down flush. And now I'm putting my center topper up on foam squares just to give it a little added dimension. Okay, now let's get one of these. Just a note to say. So I've got 2 choices of tags here. Let's see which one we like the best. I can put that one. Kind of liking the dark one, I think, just for the contrast, but you can go either way. And I think I want the purple instead of the blue. Finally going to work with that ribbon. I'm going to make a 4-5-4. So I'm going to start my bow on the 4. Anything, and I'm only picking up just the one tongue. See that? Just the one piece of my comb. Then I'm going to come over and I'm going to grab the number 5 peg Whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other side. So I'm going to put it onto that side too. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do another 4. And I can tell whether or not I did this correctly by looking at the back of my comb. Should look like that. Cut off this piece of ribbon. I've been cutting those foam squares with, I actually sharpened my scissors right before I started. But then I sat here and cut all those foam squares, trimmed them back. Now I got just yucky, gross scissors again. Didn't want to cut my ribbon. Yet another scissor cleanup job. Thank goodness for Goo Be Gone and Best Glue Ever Cleaner and all the rest of the cleaners I have over there to take all this stuff off. Okay, I went through the hole and up over the top. And I'm going to pull this nice and tight. Other scissors here that I haven't corrupted with glue dots. You don't have to use expensive scissors for crafting. I love my Scotch scissors. They're like $4 to $5 a pair. And I absolutely love them with my Fisker scissor sharpener. It is just the way to go. Okay. So I'm going to put one piece of foam kind of under this because it's going off the topper and it wants to kind of sink a little bit there. I'll put this to the far side so it'll hold up evenly. Just raise that to the same level as the piece next to it. And then we'll take that off. We'll add a little glue to the top of our tag. We'll hold that in place. And I'm going to put a pretty bow. Probably need to trim this off a little more. I'll put that bow right at the top there. Best glue for this purpose is the best glue ever, but I don't tend on camera to wait for it to dry, so I'm just using my Cosmic Shimmer glue, which will work. Here we go. There it is. Oh, talk to you later, Glenn. Good luck through the messy weather. I'm going to trim this off just a little. You remember I said I was setting this down a little and to the right? I like to the right, but I think I went down too far. So I'm going to cut the top of this card off just a little. Give me the balance I want between the top and the bottom. That's even better. There we go. Okay. This is that's number 6. We're almost out of that sheet of toppers. We can go ahead and take these things off. I like to keep these little foiled strips until I'm done with the kit, because you never know when one of these pieces that has this little bit of foil on it will be just exactly what you're looking for. Otherwise, I think this can go out now. Be interesting. I have not made paper using Hunkydory cardstock leftovers. It'll be interesting to see what the foiling does. If you get little bits of silver or gold fleck in the paper you make because of the foiling on there. Okay. A little swig of Diet Coke to keep me going here. I still have another pretty piece of that cardstock left. All right, I wanted to try this one just to see if it's too big, and I'm thinking it might be, for one of our little mini DL cards. I love those. Okay. Good night, Elsie. Thanks for stopping by to see us, friend. I think this might be too big. Although, that actually looks really nice, doesn't it? It looks pretty nice. I think I like that. If I wanted to add something else to it, of course I can cover the background. That's one thing I can do. The other thing I can do is I have this beautiful daisy border here. This is really a nice card set. It might be fun. I have this little piece of paper left of my double-sided. This would look good on either side, by the way. Looks good like that. Would also look good like that. It's a little bit narrower than my card. But what I could do is I could either just let it have a little tiny border, or I could use that daisy strip I just cut. Daisy border and make it wider. But you know, I'm not sure I like that now that I've done it. Not at all sure I like that. Nope. Sometimes you just gotta try things to see what you're gonna like and what you're not gonna like. I did not like that. This could be pretty. I also have that, which could be pretty. But it's so big against the background that it doesn't let the border show much. Let's try another. Let's deal. Let's try a little European A6. That's what I've got. That's not going to work. Unless I want to make a postcard. Let's try again. Oh, this is one of those decollage ones. If I use this, I need to let that border show, which I think looks great. Didn't cut it quite enough. Oh, that looks pretty. With that decollage showing around it. Those new cards. I don't know now what I was doing when you said you liked it, Thelma. This is going to look good, though. I use it as decal edge card. It's fun to use some of these new card bases. And let the white show around the outside. I'm going to go up against the border, up against the fold, and then let 3 sides of that decal edge show. That looks pretty. I could also leave an outer border on this side if I wanted to. Oh, you can see what I just did. This now is too, it just doesn't look good. So I'm going to switch pieces here. This is going to be pretty. So that's okay. It's funny. Sometimes I start out doing one thing, end up doing something entirely different. When we talked about little toppers, and I said, secret of little toppers is if your topper's too small, just make it bigger. That's what we're going to do here. Because I like that together. Ooh, might like this together even better. Let's see. Nope. That's too much. I do like that purple, that lavender lace on there, though. Tie another bow. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's in a vase. We'll try that one again in a minute. It's just too short for the way I did this card. I think we need to put some glossy accents on that vase, though, don't you? Sorry for all the throat clearing, guys. It's my beloved trees. I grabbed those scissors again. Go back to my other ones. Ribbon. Yeah, I think we need to do that on that vase. I definitely think we want some glossy accents on that vase. Or some crystal lacquer, which is what I have here. Same stuff, different manufacturers. Or same effect. I don't know if it's the same stuff. Whale tail on these ribbons. I'm folding it together and trimming upward at an angle, starting at the bottom of the ribbon. Got to decide where we want to put things now. Let me put this down here. About under it. Huh. Just not being impressed with the way this is laying out. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put this on here and see what we've got. I like those together a lot. Come on. Yeah, I think that looks good now. A little higher with that. Do you want to look up the link to the to this box kit for me, please? And people can go out and look at this. A little bit of cosmic shimmer glue on here. The price on this magazine kit is $21.99. Remember, that includes 2 card kits, plus the embossing folder, plus the dies, plus the stamps, plus the magazine that has all kinds of wonderful ideas in it. So it's a really good value. We're going to have close to a dozen cards here just out of one of the 2 card kits. The only thing we would have added would have been our card bases. And most of what we're using is right out of the kit, although I did use the glittery cards, which I know many of you have in your stash because I've seen how many went out the door when I put them on sale. I think that's number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, it's not either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards so far. Well, we better get our act together here. I have this beautiful piece. The best time for new beginnings is now. Let's look at this piece of Mary that we chose. I may just put that right on there. Let's take a look at that. I need another European A6. Which one? A6. I'm going to cover my paper with my mirror board. I'm going to use tape to do that because I don't want the little ridge I sometimes get by putting mirror board over the top of glue. You can get a little ridge there. Mirror board's so highly reflective, it really picks up the ridge. Still have some beautiful, beautiful pieces left here. We still got that bottle for the flowers to do. So it looks like we're going to end up with 9 cards. Although we do have this gorgeous cardstock here. We haven't even touched this whole piece, which is amazing. Is that piece I had Grace embossed for me when I started. Cut it down to the size of our card. You don't often have little nibs on the Hunkydory, but this particular piece had a couple little nibs, so I'm just taking my nail and making those go away where you punched it out. I'm going to add a little dark border there just for interest. But one more card after this one. We will have made the entire blue or purple set, whatever color this is. It really is kind of both. Border a little wide. Back in and trim that again. Oh, okay, that actually looks really pretty. Go figure. And I'll do that too. Even though I'm mixing my gold and silver again. You guys will forgive me for mixing gold and silver, right? Nope. Bryce says, nope, he's not going for that. Get over it, honey. I'm going to do it. Okay, I've got that border with the butterflies. I'm going to put that right down the border of my card here. I think that's going to look beautiful. I'm going to tie these purples into what we've got going. Come off the table. That little piece of border in case we want it on our jar card. This tag says the best time for new beginnings is right now. Used all those swim squares. Really love these background papers they gave us with these. Between the background and the glitter cards we used, we have a lot of cardstock left. I'm not going to do anything else to that because I think it's beautiful. Okay, there might be one thing I do to it. I might trim this top just a tad. Make it a little bit more even to do that. I love that. This is our embossing folder right out of the kit. Okay, Now, we have one topper left. It really does look pretty on the background. I think I've done this before already.
Your phone?
Keep trying to put this card on here, and it just doesn't really want to go because it's too wide for that. Something else like that here that could go on. Nope. Don't want it on either one of those.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see what I got under here. I've got a 5x7 under here. Okay. This is going to be pretty. Let's do this. Oh, I have a great idea. I'm going to cover my card. I need my cardstock to be 5 inches wide. Then I'm going to cut my cardstock in half.
We should see her tomorrow at birthday.
I'm going to glue this piece in place.
Okay. Sure. It would be fun if you could make it. Yeah. Yes, that would be very fun, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We'll be able to.
That's beautiful. And I'm going to put this piece here.
You have to pull over and take a nap or something.
I'm going to cut an inch off of here. I want that to be. I'm cutting the center out so I keep both the borders. It came up just a little short. I don't care. I'm going to fix that. Glue this down. Left my glue bottle uncapped again.
Hardly got any rain, just a little sprinkle.
I want this to be right to the edge of the bottom. I have a little gap in between there. That's nothing. Wasn't being real precise with this, so. But I have this beautiful piece of ribbon or of border that we have.
Yeah, like that.
I also could do that if I wanted. Let's see which one I like better. I like that, but I think I like this better. Now, my border is about 1/8 of an inch too wide, or too narrow. So I'm going to cut the border in half too. I'm going to stick this piece on this side. I'm going to stick this piece on this side. Oops. Make sure my butterflies are flying the right way, though. Oh, they are on that one. Okay. Come up to the side. Put our jar in the middle. Maybe bring our jar up. There's a saying available to fit there. I'm thinking of you. Okay. Jordan and the dogs went home today. We had the dogs while she was on vacation, and then she stayed and took care of Grandpa while we went to the beach. I could put thinking of you down here. I actually think I like it. Do I like it better without it? Not sure. Do you like that? I'm going to make this a little bit wider because I just don't think this topper is wide enough to pull off the whole card. So I'm going to make this topper a little bit wider. A piece of this cardstock. That's 3 3/4. Then I cut this to be about 6 inches. I might trim that a little more. Let my background show some more. Still hear Bryce hacking back there. I do like that. That's looking good. I have try this thinking of you again and see what we think of it. No, don't like it there. Try putting it on the bottom again. Don't like it there. Not terrible, but it's not great either. So let's leave that off. And let's
on the inside.
Put in that I like. Okay. I think we got it, guys. Think we got it. Jordan having a hard time staying awake driving home?
A little bit. It's been raining really, really hard. So everybody's going 10 miles below the speed limit. Say hi to Brenda.
Say, put the saying at the side, Thelma. We could try it. Hi, Brenda. We got that choice. Not sure about that. I also like the idea of just putting this up here to break up all the straight lines. Staying on this side. Move clear out to the edge.
I think also they said inside the card.
Yeah. Okay, let's put this down in some foam. think this is going to be our last card for today, because we will have used up all our toppers, I believe. I'll clean up a little bit here and make sure I didn't lose anything in the process. We still have some beautiful pieces left. Makes me feel sad I'm out of toppers. I do like that. Bubble go. Take that slightly off the edge of the raised area I just did. Pop that up too. And let's put that there. Get our crystal lacquer out here. And just to remind you about crystal lacquer, it is self-leveling. And the idea with crystal lacquer is it will give it a glossy finish, which is really similar to the glossy finish you would get with glossy accents. Around the butterfly, since he's sitting on the jar, not part of the jar. But I won't go around the foliage because it's in the jar. I'll go right over the top of that. You don't have to worry when you're coloring it on. If you have little stripes and stuff, again, it's self-leveling. It will find its own level and just be glossy without the stripes in it. Crystal Accents or Glossy Accents is a product that just gives a high gloss shine. So it tends to be great for anytime you're doing glass or eyes or anything that would be really stand out. Can you guys see it okay? Come in a little bit more. There we go. That is true, Thelma. One bottle lasts a long time. Okay, so we have that one. So that's our, I don't know, number 9 maybe? I think that's what we ended up with. Let's see what we had left. I have a pretty little border, have a wonderful retirement. It's really specific. A lot of times I save these for times when I want them, but don't use them on my everyday cards because when I go to select a card, I just don't have that many retirements. Especially now, it seems like people are going back to work in their later years instead of retiring. We have a little tag left. That's a pretty one. And it's kind of neutral. It can go on lots of different things. I've got these 2 pieces of cardstock left, certainly enough on this one for a A6 and 5x7 or whatever I want to use in this other one. I've got another 5x7 here. I've got this beautiful double-sided paper. I didn't even cut this one. I don't see any more toppers on the table, though. That I'm not seeing. So I think we really are done. We'll go ahead and get our cards out here and look at them. A little mess everywhere. This with the keeper stuff. Okay, so we got our card we just made with our glossy accents, and it should be leveling out even more now. It is leveling out even more as we let it just sit. So we've got that one we just did. We've got this one. Now, what are we going to call that one? That one's glossy accents. This one's going to be the bow card. Pick out your favorite as we go, and you can tell me about it in your comments after class. Okay? I'd love to know what your favorite is, but I want to see it in the comments, because comments help us with YouTube. Here's our Mary card, or our embossing card. Maybe our embossing card is the best way to talk about that. Here's our white glitter card. Isn't that pretty? That's gorgeous. Love, love, love this one. That extra little bit of white in there just really sets that off. So this is going to be the glitter paper stripe card. Here's that condolences card. Love that too. I love to say a lot. Here's our blue glitter card. Here's our, I'm going to call that our dimensional butterfly card. Oh, we have another bottle here we could cover. And then we have You're in My Thoughts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards from today. 9 cards. I'm going to show you the difference between these two. With and without the glossy accents. See our glassy look? And then it's just missing something on the other one, isn't it? I think we ought to put the crystal lacquer on there too. Okay, do you guys have any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom? When we sign off here in just a minute, we're going to give you a second. You can refresh your screen and you can come right back in and leave a comment telling us which of these cards you like the best. Let's name them again. We have our blue glitter card. We had our dimensional butterfly card. We have our condolences card. We have our bow card. We have our glossy accents card. We have our picture on white. This is our white glitter card. That's what we called it last time. Here is our embossing folder from our set with pretty tags and borders off our card kit. And this is our glitter stripe card. So tell me in the comments as you finish up which one you like the best. If you haven't already done it, hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss a thing we're up to. We have wonderful, fun things we do every time. I think that's going to be about it for today. I don't see any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom. So in the absence of those, I'm going to go ahead and say good night, Gracie.